We got some decimals here, and I'm probably as fond as decimal problems as you are. So what I'm going to do is clear this of decimals. How am I going to do that? Well, see how there's one decimal place here and one decimal place here? We go with the maximum number of decimal places. So the max decimals in this case is one place. Okay, so I'm just going to write 1 here. So what do? I have to multiply by 10 to that power, 10 to the 1. That means that's 10. Give you an example. You're like, well, what if it's 2 decimal places? Well, 2 decimal places would be 10 to the 2, which is this. And then 10 to the 3 for 3 decimal places, that's this. Now look, some of you guys might have noticed a pattern. To the first power, there's 1 0 following the 1. 10 to the 2, there's 2 zeros following the 1. 10 to the 3, 3 zeros following the 1. That's the trick. So guess what? Before I even finish this, you're like, hey, 10 to the 4th, that's 1 followed by 4 zeros. Yes, yes. Thank you for paying attention. Appreciate that. Now, so we multiply everything by 10. Again, the unorthodox style, not accepted in most schools, private or public around the world. So don't do it. I know. I'm showing you a bad habit. I'm sorry. Okay, now 1.2 times 10, that's cool. We're going to move the decimal 1 to the right. So that's now 12x. You're like, 4, what is that if we move 1 to the right? Well, you can just do 4 times 10. That's 40. Or you could write it like this, 4.0, and move it 1 to the right. So that is 40. Okay, cool. 3.2x, move that decimal 1 to the right. That's 32x. 8 times 10 is 80. But if you don't like it that way, you could say, hey, what is 8.0? Move the decimal 1 to the right. Oh, that does become 80. So that's cool. Guess what? We've cleared the decimals. Whew, this is no longer really a decimal problem. Now we go back to our old rules. Which side has more x? That's the right-hand side. So we have to get rid of 12x. Where? From both sides. So I subtract 12x from both sides. That means the right-hand side of the equal sign, or the right-hand side of the equation, is going to be the variable side. Left-hand side is the constant side. I know. I sound like a teacher. I'm just so repetitive. Apologize. Okay, now, what can cancel? Bam, bam. Okay, cool. Because I don't like to do a lot of math. I like to do a little math, not a lot. Okay, now 32x minus 12x. Oh, what is that? That's 20x. Left-hand side, 40 plus 80. I'm going to go with 120. Now, cool. Wow, what do? We don't want 20x, we want 1x. So we divide both sides by 20, the coefficient of the x. 120 divided by 20. I don't like these hard math problems. They make my head hurt. So I can cancel out the zeros. 12 divided by 2, I like that. That's 6. Yay, equals, ha, ha, ha. That cancels x, and we're done.